Hello, my name is Sonali. Welcome back to another episode of Around the World. For global politics, it is often said that if relations with neighboring countries are good, you consider yourself safe to a great extent. And perhaps that is why it is said that good neighbors support their neighbors in terms of crisis. But on the contrary, there is always tension among those who have bad neighbors. A similar tension is being seen these days between two neighboring countries of West Asia. In fact, the fire in the eastern part of Europe has not yet been extinguished, and now there are reports of sparks erupting in West Asia as well. While the world is trying to pacify both sides on the issue of Ukraine-Russia and Israel-Hamas, Iran is getting furious at its neighboring country, Pakistan. Iran carried out airstrikes on many targets of Pakistan. In the last few days, Pakistan is the third country after Iraq and Syria where Iran has attacked. However, Iran has clarified its stance, saying that the target of its attacks were the bases of terrorist group Jaish al-Adl and not the common people of Pakistan. The very next day of the Iranian attacks, Pakistan also claimed that it had attacked a terrorist organization based in Iran. Amidst all this, the question arises, why has Iran adopted an aggressive stance? What is the meaning of Iranian attacks on Pakistan? What impact will this incident have on the international level? In today's episode, we will find answers to these questions. So let's start the discussion. Pakistan and Iran are two countries situated in the western part of the Asian continent and share a 900 kilometers long border. Cultural and economic ties have always flourished across this border. But for some time now, there has been a situation of tension between the two countries. The situation of tension took an aggressive form this time and Iran attacked Pakistan. It is worth noting here that Iran carried out this attack when Pakistan's caretaker Prime Minister Anwar al-Haq Kakar met the Iranian Foreign Minister in Davos. Along with this, Indian Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar has visited Iran these days. In such a situation, this attack on Pakistan is being analyzed in many different forms. Clarifying this entire incident, Iran said that it has attacked two bases of the extremist group Jaish al-Adl. This attack has been carried out mainly in the Balochistan province of Pakistan. According to reports, missiles and drones have been used for the attacks. Talking about the extremist group Jaish al-Adl, this group has a history of taking responsibility for bombings and kidnappings of Iranian border police. Recently also, a police post in Iran was attacked, for which this group took responsibility. Frustrated by the attack on itself, Iran has taken revenge for the attack through this airstrike. In fact, for the last several days, Iran was warning Pakistan about its aggressive stance, and finally, the spark took the form of fire and attacked Pakistan. Pakistan strongly opposed this attack and said it is an attack on their sovereignty. If we look at the relations between Iran and Pakistan amid this turmoil, it appears that in the initial phase, these two countries were seen standing with each other. After the India-Pakistan partition, Iran was the first country to recognize Pakistan. Pakistan opened its first embassy in Iran itself. Even during the Cold War, both countries continued to cooperate and were part of the same geopolitical bloc. Apart from this, it also helped Pakistan in the India-Pakistan War in 1965 and 1971. According to experts, Iran was also the biggest donor country to Pakistan during that period. According to experts on foreign issues, the friendship between the two countries turned sour due to religious differences. By the 1990s, relations between the two countries began to sour. In fact, Pakistan accused Iran of increasing communal tension within Pakistan. While on the other hand, Iran also did not like Pakistan's support to the Taliban government in Afghanistan. At present, both Pakistan and Iran are facing serious problems in many areas. Hence, the tension on the border in the Sistan and Balochistan area is increasing the problem between the two neighbors. However, amidst all this, the inclination of both the countries seemed to be increasing towards India. While India-Pakistan relations have had ups and downs, on the other hand, the growing closeness between India and Iran was seen turning into friendship. Talking about India-Iran relations, the country's first Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru had said about Iran that there will hardly be another example of the similarity between the people of India and Iran in terms of origin and history. Before 1947, India's western border was with Iran. After independence, Pakistan became a new country and now its western border meets Iran. Even though the borders are separated, one cannot be separated from the common heritage. Both have influenced each other in many areas, including culture, language, and art. For example, both India and Iran have been part of the world's most ancient civilizations. Giving a new shape to their relations, the economic partnership, along with diplomatic relations between the two countries, has also strengthened. The result of deepening relations is that in the year 2018, Iran agreed to give control of a part of Chabahar port to India under the agreement. However, this agreement is troubling many countries, including Pakistan and China, because Chabahar port will act as a gateway for India and ease India's access to Afghanistan and the Gulf Sea without the help of Pakistan. If we look at this triangle of India, Iran and Pakistan, it appears that on one hand, India has better relations with Iran, while on the other hand, the truth of the relationship between Pakistan and India is not hidden from anyone. War is not the solution to any issue. Rather, it only leads human civilization towards destruction. In such a situation, it will be interesting to see that while on one hand, the world is already burning in the fire of war, will Iran-Pakistan also increase this horror, or from the point of view of national interest, they will try to resolve the current situation through dialogue and diplomacy. Now it's the turn of Sunday's special episode, in which we will talk about some other important international developments. Recently, as tensions with North Korea deepened, America, South Korea, Japan conducted joint naval exercises. This trilateral military exercise was held for 3 days in the waters of Jeju Island, South Korea. 9 warships from the 3 countries participated in the exercise, including the American aircraft carrier Carl Vinson and the Aegis destroyers of South Korea and Japan. The exercise aims to sharpen the countries' joint deterrence and response capabilities against North Korean nuclear missile and underwater threats. Apart from this, in this exercise, the army was also trained to stop illegal maritime transportation of weapons of mass destruction. United States has made a big announcement amid the increasing dispute in the Red Sea. The US government has announced the designation of Yemen's Houthi rebels as a terrorist organization. These days, Houthi groups have targeted American and British ships in the Red Sea. Due to this, maritime trade between Asia and Europe has been disrupted. In response to these attacks, the US moved to relist the group as specially designated global terrorist after they launched attacks on Houthi places in Yemen. In a series of missile tests, North Korea test-fired a new solid-fuel missile equipped with a hypersonic warhead. The missile is designed to test the reliability of a new multi-stage high-thrust solid-fuel engine and an intermediate-range hypersonic maneuverable warhead. Solid-fuel missiles can be launched more quickly and are easier to move and conceal, theoretically making these missiles more difficult to detect. These weapon systems could potentially pose a challenge to regional missile defense systems due to their speed and mobility. So that's all in today's episode. See you in the next episode. But before that, let's note down a question based on today's story. As we move on to the practice question, we are excited to share with you that Team Drishti is offering 20% to 50% discounts on all its online, pen drive and test series courses. To avail this discount, Click on the link given in the description below. And now note down the question. Outlining the issues of friction between Iran and Pakistan, discuss possible solutions. For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.